Yo, 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 what is up, y'all? It's another week, another episode of the Slightly Unqualified podcast. Talk about things that we like, that we're not qualified on, but we are kind of qualified on. I'm your host number one, Matty Ice. Got with me Khan today, as per usual. Khan, how's it going?
It's going pretty good, my man. Having a very interesting week, but it's going.
Yeah, it's been an interesting last couple weeks for me myself. Last week talked about some good things. This week we're back again with some more good things. Um, but first and foremost, man, how about them Eagle baby? How about them? I said last week it wasn't gonna be close, and you doubted me. And what was
Yeah,
it?
man.
Not
Yeah,
close.
it was not close at all. Conspiracy theories that you guys, sabotage the Giants, but even if you guys gave them a 20-point lead coming into the game, you guys still blew them out of the water. It
Killed them.
was it was a slow hand clap after that game. It was a good game. Good game.
Yeah,
After seeing that game versus seeing the Dallas Niner game, that Niner level kind of dropped down. I don't know now. I thought Niners would run through the Eagles, but I could be eating my words, but it looks like the Eagles, they're going to handle it, man. So let's see what's up with the Eagles.
yep. Statement piece for sure. Jalen Hurts did his thing in the first two quarters and didn't have to do anything else after that, pretty much.
Yeah,
Eagles
man.
defense did their thing. They absolutely hammered Daniel Jones,
Yes, I did.
best pass rush in the league. By the way, shout out Hassan Reddick. Should be defensive player of the year candidate. He is not because his name is not Micah Parsons, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, final three MVP. Really final two because Justin Jefferson's not going to win it. Unfortunately, they just don't
No,
give
he's
it
not.
to receivers. So it's between
He never
Patty
will.
M, of course, and Jalen Hurts. Surprise, surprise. We saw that coming. Um, but yeah, man, the crazy part about it is we didn't even use AJ Brown last week, and he was mad about it, and we still blew him out the water. Kenneth Gainwell, which our third string, second, our our two B, I would say,
Yeah.
running back. He had 115 yards and a tutty. Boston Scott had a tutty. Miles Sanders did his thing. I mean, we were just clicking, man. We were clicking. It looked good.
Yeah, you guys did. You guys look
The
really good.
week break did nothing to slow us down. Um, I I don't want to get ahead of myself because I am an Eagles fan, but I look at the matchups across the board. Their defensive line versus our O line, their cornerbacks versus our receivers, X factor, which is Jalen Hurts versus Brock Purdy, and
Yeah.
I just see us. I see us winning, man. Um, who we're gonna play? I would love to see Mahomes in the Super Bowl, just because one of them is not going to win the MVP. Probably going to be Hurts because he was out for 2 weeks. And I want that chip on the shoulder game from one of them, and also the Kelsey brothers, man. Jason Kelsey versus Travis Kelsey. That would make for an incredible
Yeah.
podcast for them. And I think that would just be fun to watch. I pray we go. I do live in Phoenix, so if they are here, I am strongly
Yeah.
considering buying a ticket.
Yeah, it's gonna set you back a couple racks, but you know what I mean.
A couple,
Like,
yeah,
how often is it gonna be where you're not gonna have to fly? You're not gonna get a hotel. Everything is right there for you. You know what I mean? How can you not?
yeah. It's very
Yeah,
tempting. Either way, I'm excited. The I'm having a hard time this season though, really enjoying the football I'm watching from the Eagles because to me it's a Super Bowl or bust year, and
yeah,
it's gonna pain me if they don't get there. And it's not. This isn't a year where it's like, oh, they did good.
yeah,
Like, oh no, it's a year that we need to win Super Bowl. Like
yeah, for sure.
this is it. So other than that, man, how you been?
Been pretty good. I've just been working. I've been trying to get in the news, trying to just. I'm a little salty. My Bucks are out, so football's kind of like, who cares? Didn't do so good in fantasy this year, so football to me has just kind of been on the back burner. It's the first time in forever that I either wasn't in the runner up or like in the top. So this football season just kind of sucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's always next year. That's the fun of fantasy football, especially with us doing this podcast now and playing fantasy football. It's going to be pretty fun. We'll probably get some people to do some special drop-ins who play in the league, and we could do like a fantasy segment where we just talk about some BS pickups or
Yep.
why that person dropped that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be an easy win. So yeah, it's going to be fun, man. Football is always interesting. I'm gonna say I'm probably going for the Eagles to win the whole thing because of you. But I do want to see a very interesting couple games. I don't want to see any more blowouts. I want to see, I want to see some good games.
Yeah. I mean, on the fantasy front, I can't relate because I was in the championship in both leagues.
Yeah.
And because of the Bengals Bills game, technically, I did win
Hmm.
both leagues as well.
You
Technically.
did. You
Um,
definitely did.
so can't relate. Been a good year for football for me.
Yeah, it has
And I
been.
have
It's
this
really good.
sneaking suspicion that the Phillies lost the World Series, so the Eagles could win the Super Bowl. So
Yeah,
think I'm
we'll
high
see.
on that. But speaking of competitive things, gaming, man, let's get straight into the games. It is
Yes.
it is my personal uh first time back playing games this week. I
Yeah.
played Call of Duty today for the first time in a long time.
Ooh.
A little rusty on the CDL mosh pit, but getting ready for competitive. On the gaming front, we have some news that came out last week that we didn't touch on that I want to touch on now.
Yeah,
Let's
let's do
talk
this.
about the GOAT, Seth Abner Scumpy, retiring from Call of Duty, his impact on the game.
We tip our hats.
A lot of
Tip our
stuff
hats to that
going on
guy.
with him. He retired
Yeah.
mid-season. From what it sounds like, he was just fed up with having to do the competitive grind, which
Yeah,
is
man.
fine. He's been doing it for a very long time. But thoughts on the King, man?
Dude, nobody has a resume like that guy. Nobody has a resume for that long like that guy. Nobody made a impact on the map like that guy. He might not have been the best player playing, but nobody stepped on, or nobody on a map could do what that dude did. You know what I mean? He dropped the three bomb when he needed to drop three. He captured what he needed to capture. His resume is just amazing. So my hat's out to that guy. He did an amazing job. I hope he has fun. I hope he enjoys his time off, and I would love. I'm going to start following him more for his content, and hopefully he just kills it.
Yeah, man, it hurts me because when I first got into esports and gaming in general, my big push for gaming came around that era of Scumpy and
Yeah,
the old Optic team with Scumpy, Crim6 Karma, and Formal, and they're all gone. They're all retired. All the old men. Well, Formal still plays for Halo, but
yeah,
the other two guys retired. Scumpy retired, so bittersweet for me. I loved watching him the last 10 plus years. Um, his
yeah,
impact on not only the team, like how he plays with his team, the
yeah.
attention he brought to the game was immense. He himself could garner probably 16 to 20,000 views in a match.
Oh yeah,
So it's his impact's going to be felt. I don't think he's done. I mean, he's already done a couple watch parties for the Call of Duty League, so I don't think he's done being involved at all. I'm just
yeah.
excited to see like how he diversifies his platform a little bit more. He did kind of retire abruptly. He said it himself. It was just a spur moment kind of thing. He just felt like he was done. Um, so he doesn't know what's next. If I had to gamble, it'd be a couple watch parties, and then probably just having fun playing different games for the first time in his career. Right,
Yeah.
having not having to grind 8 hours a day on the same game. Um, Opens up a whole new avenue. But I think entertainment wise, he's going to be great. He has such good charisma on
Yeah,
camera talent that it's inevitable he's going to be one of the
for
biggest
sure.
streamers and one of the biggest content creators. So shout out to him. Great career. They call him the king for a reason, right?
Yeah. Next to him, Crim6, there's a couple other cats that I could say they changed the way the game is played. You know what I mean? Competitively, how the average Joe's. Thanks, man. Thanks for the comments. And I had some technical difficulties with my mic, so I was everything you said was beautifully said, better than I could have said it. But I can't wait for some more watch parties. I listened to the Nade Shot and Courage podcast, and they gave the biggest ups to that guy.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I can't wait to start following him, seeing what he's going to do for Call of Duty, pushing it forward for the content creators and just the fans out there. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see how it goes. We'll see where it
Yeah,
goes
for
from
sure.
here. I'm excited to see how the Optic team does without him. They're doing pretty
Oh yeah,
good right now.
Oscar.
Right now they're 2-0. It's on paper that roster isn't bad at all. They just have probably some communications they need to get through, but
Yeah,
they're
and
2-0 right now. So
And it's good for them to have some communication issues, like Nate Shot was saying, now than have that coming out the gate, everybody's trying to impress and then fall apart later. I hope Optic can really make a run for it this year. I know 100 Thieves did, and it was amazing watching them come together towards the end of the season.
Yeah,
I
right
just hope,
time.
yeah, perfect timing, dude. They matured right when they needed to, and I think Optic's going to do the same thing. I think him walking out, somebody's going to step up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's Optic. You can't let Optic.
It's Optic, man. You can't ever
Yeah,
count him out.
I know, man. I hate him and I love him at the same time. I'm
My
a Thieves guy,
favorite team.
but you know.
So on the gaming front, let's transition and let's touch base on something we talked about last week, which is Hogwarts. Hogwarts Legacy. Sorry.
Yeah.
We had some conversation about the controversy behind it. The developers, aka the lead developer, they kind of responded to it. So I will give you what he said. Alan 2, the game's director, addressed discrepancies. I think for us, there are challenges in every game we've worked on, and this game has been no different. When we bumped into those challenges, we went back and refocused on the stuff that we really care about. We know our fans fell in love with the Wizarding World, and we believe they fell in love with it for the right reasons. We know that's a diverse audience. For us, it's making sure that that audience, who always dreamed of having this game, had the opportunity to feel welcome back, that they have a home here and think it's a good place to tell their story. So to me, it kind of sounds like he is not trying to avoid it. He's answering the question kind of head on. He's reiterating that although that may be her beliefs, it isn't the game's developers' beliefs, and we want everyone to be involved in this game, whether you're transgender or not.
Man, and it's a
doesn't
video
bother
game,
them. So I think that's good that he addressed those things. It comes back to what I was telling you last week, where the developers kind of have nothing to do with what J.K. Rowling has said. J.K. Rowling has had no involvement, as far as I know, in the game's development process. Just you're what's the word? Punishing the wrong person for bad things.
man, so. For sure.
Any thoughts on that?
So, two things. I definitely agree with what he said. I believe it. Everything she said was insensitive, or I'm not going to also lie. I didn't hear how she said it, or if it's out of context. So I'm not going to say what she said was super offensive. If it did offend some people, I totally understand getting your, if that's how you identify, or if that's who you are, I totally understand. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to crucify her because I don't know the contents and what she was talking about. But I do think of what the developers wrote, or that gentleman wrote right there. I think that was beautifully said. I think we should not ship this, or what is it? Crash the boat because one person, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of good people who worked on that game to give it to the fans who really appreciate that game. And I think we should honor that and really rally behind that team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think they're putting out an amazing game.
Yeah. I saw some gameplay footage. It looks fun. I mean,
it looks so good.
Listen, man, it seems like everyone's about to cause some chaos in those worlds. I do think I have some cool thoughts in the game. I think there'd be a cool DLC or seasonal thing where multiplayer gets unlocked for 2 months, and in those 2 months, it's just a giant Quidditch tournament.
That'd be fire.
That'd be sick, right? So I hope they take these ideas and run with them. I hope that they what's the word? Take advantage of the audience they have and the IP they have, and use those things to its full ability, because Quidditch is an essential part of that story, and the fact that I can't play Quidditch out the box is a little weird. But yeah, man, it looks good. It looks fun. I'm excited for it.
All right, so
that's all I can really say about it.
So you want to hear my gripe, my rant, my super upset about to cancel my pre-order? No, I'm just kidding. Is two things. Once again, the PlayStation fanboys getting everything they want because they cry. They get a DLC for one whole year before
rocks.
my Xbox homies or the PC community can get
Trash
it
cans, what they are.
because they're PlayStation. They feel bad for those guys. PlayStation has 4 or it could be 3 different exclusive content. I have to pre-order it on the PlayStation. Come on, man. I thought we're all trying to be, you know what I mean, equal here. We're about
Nope, we're not.
equality. And so,
Well, we're about equality. Let's get this straight. But we're not trying to be equal when it comes to the platforms of gaming.
yeah, so that's some BS. So that's why I stand behind Microsoft buying Activision and telling PlayStation to kick rocks, because I can't play Harry Potter. I have to wait 1 whole year to get DLC. One whole year.
You're blaming the wrong people yet
I'm
again.
blaming PlayStation because they're so whack, dude. Like, come on, man.
Because
like,
they came with the moolah, and the developers of a game said, yes, here you go. Here's exclusive content for you.
No, I just think they were like, hey, please, come on, man, let me play. And then they were like, all right. It's like your little brother. Wait, you're the little brother. But like when you had a little brother, a little sister, it's like, okay, we'll give you 15 points. And it's the first person to 16. It's because they feel bad for those guys. And it's so blatantly obvious that PlayStation sucks, dude. They're just, I hate them, dude. But you know
with
what?
that being said, I'll be enjoying my DLC a year before you, and I'll let you know how it is for the whole year. So speaking of how trash Xbox is,
oh my gosh.
I don't know if you know this because I didn't know it till maybe 30 minutes ago before we started the podcast right now. GoldenEye 007, like the GoldenEye game, is coming to not only Nintendo Switch, but also Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah.
So, before we get into why Xbox sucks, you excited? That's the classic FPS, right? Like, I'm excited for it. I don't care how old it is. That's one of the all-time classic games.
Yeah, it's a GOATs, dude. It's what put people on the map. You know what I mean? A multiplayer on the map.
Yeah, you're definitely an odd job kind of guy where you use odd job, and I know you're the kind of person that likes to use odd job, but no one else likes to.
Are you kind of implied that I like to cheat and hide behind stuff?
Yes,
because I'm short.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I'm shorter than you, so I mean,
yeah, it's okay. I would think you would use it because I've seen you play first-person shooters, and just to let you know, when I play with you, I have to wear very good shoes because my back starts to hurt. But you know what I mean? When I don't want to get into it because we're live, but you know what I'm saying?
Do you stand up when we're playing? Like, why are you wearing shoes?
No, I have to wear a good the support. You know what I mean?
Because like a back brace, maybe.
You know what I mean. I got to put you on my back. There you go. I was trying to get in there without having to say, you know what I mean. Yeah. But
are you implying that I'm heavy?
Oh, if you're going that route, no, it was not. I was implying that. You know what? Let's go to the next topic.
All right. So the reason why Xbox sucks, in context of what I'm saying here, is because Nintendo Online is getting multiplayer. So I'll be having fun with my Switch, playing probably with my nephews, playing probably with the rest of my fans, and all 30 of y'all that watch this podcast, come join me, Guppy for Life, on Nintendo Switch Online. That being said, Xbox, the Game Pass people, they get a dinky remastered story mode and no multiplayer because it isn't worth their time to give it to Xbox, I guess. Xbox users they wouldn't even know where to begin to play multiplayer competitively, right? Like they would just, oh, my thumbs don't work, and then
no, it's because PlayStation's gonna get cosmetics and get like limited edition guns.
It's not coming to PlayStation.
It's because they couldn't afford it. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't cry enough. You know what I mean? It's all good though. We're gonna have to agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying?
You do get 4K though on Xbox, so that's cool. That's pretty.
Yeah, that is cool. You know what I mean? And if you could find a PlayStation 5 to play on, that would have been cool to play that too. But
it's not coming. It wouldn't matter. It's not going to PlayStation.
It doesn't matter because you can't even find a PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get that Connect. You know what I mean? But it's all
my Switch can run multiplayer, and your 600 Xbox cannot. But yeah, man, this has been rumored for a long time to come out. I think they kind of just like sporadically put the date out. It said coming soon for a very long time, and then as of like yesterday, it said January 27th. So
Yeah.
that was cool surprise for me anyway. But yeah, man, GoldenEye, excited for it to come back. That's my
Yeah.
gaming news for what I have for the week. You got any gaming news to touch on?
So besides the Harry Potter making me very upset, it looks like the game I'm waiting for called the Day Before.
That game
They're just
still, huh?
I'm liking it, dude. I like the way it looks. I'm not gonna lie to you. The older I get, I'm aiming towards like single player games. I don't know if you feel the same way. I'm kind of getting over the whole
Can't
competitive
say I do.
like multiplayer, like have to be grinding. I kind of just want to chill and play. But yeah, so I'm looking over here on some of the news cycling, and I see we can talk on this really quick because this is kind of a touchy subject, but the creator of Rick and Morty got
Oh yes.
yeah, that's crazy, man. He puts out such a great product, and then for it to be for him to be fired or let go. And once again, I don't stand behind if he is guilty of what he did. Yeah, definitely got to get locked up, brother. But the only thing that's kind of after what I'm reading is that it happened 2 years ago. They haven't charged him yet. And then I was reading what the lawyer's statement was, where they're saying that it's most likely going to get dropped.
Really, I saw
So,
that there was gonna be a federal, like it was getting like elevated.
really, maybe this is an older article. It says a day ago, but I could be
His name
wrong.
is his name is Justin Roland or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Look.
But oops.
So on
So
CNBC, it says uh, he faces felony charges now of domestic violence.
wow. Oh, probably because of the kidnapping. Because I was reading that he kept her in the bathroom and like wasn't letting her out. So I
Mm-hmm,
don't know if it's technically like kidnapping. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, you know what I mean? Definitely got to get under the jail. But I'm just not
Yeah,
a big fan of like I don't know, man. I just feel like sometimes you shouldn't be able to fire somebody before the charges are out. You know what I mean? Because what happened? To just say hypothetical situation, he's innocent and he just got kicked off Rick and Morty. You know what I mean? And he's the voice actor of all of them. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. It's a sticky situation.
it is, dude.
I think it's one
But
of those things where the okay. So the reason why I'm saying this way is because of Bill Cosby,
yeah,
um, and yeah, because of Bill Cosby. Um, I think the company responsible for the firing and or the like termination, I think
hmm
they should do their own independent investigation,
yeah,
and based on their findings with evidence, they decide, okay, get him out of here or not. Because in the case of Bill Cosby, he got freed, not because he didn't do it, but because of
technicality
paperwork.
uh,
So
for sure,
that's where it comes into play. Where I think you should do your own investigation if you
for
find
sure.
things and you're able to back it up via evidence, because
Yeah,
there's things as falseful termination. Then
definitely agree with
I
that.
say go to it. That's why the NFL couldn't do much about Deshaun Watson. They couldn't find enough evidence to actually get him out of the league. So they suspended him for damn near the whole year. And that was their punishment for him because, you know,
Yeah,
they couldn't find anything wrong. Well, not to say they couldn't find anything wrong. They couldn't find enough wrong to get rid of him.
hmm
Whereas, say, like the Ray Rice incident where he clearly punched a girl in the face in an elevator, that was enough evidence without even going to trial to know that, okay, we don't want this in our
yeah,
league, regardless of he beats the case or not.
for
Um,
sure.
but then you have like the Johnny Depp situation on the other side where he's getting fired from everything before investigations are being done, and now he's
Yeah,
innocent. So um, I get both sides of the coin.
yeah,
Uh,
man.
in this situation, Rick and Morty is super iconic, and he does all the
Yeah,
voices.
dude. Culture
Uh,
changing. That's like the modern day Simpsons. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
they push the limit, dude. But
yeah. I don't think their voices are so like uniquely done that it's going to be hard pressed to find somebody. There's probably
yeah,
like a million people on TikTok that do
can
impressions
do
every
those.
day.
Yeah, I guess it's just like it's like South Park without the original creators. It's just like those witty bang 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 jokes that are so notorious in Rick and Morty is that's gonna I think be the hard part. You know,
Yeah.
definitely find someone. You know, AI is doing voice things. They'll be able to keep it going, but whatever happens, I just hope the legal system figures out what's going on, they handle
Mhm.
it, and then it's taken care of because it would suck either way. If I don't want to say we believe all, we don't believe all. We just got to let the legal system handle it and take care of it because that's what we put our belief in. But yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, let them deal with his punishment. I don't think the companies are wrong for doing it.
Yeah.
I don't, I'm gonna be honest. I don't care about Rick and Morty that much to like look too deep into this.
Mhm.
But it's a culture defining show.
It is.
It's like like you said, The Simpsons and Family Guy. It's like our version of that. My dog just walked in, it's freaked me out.
It freaked me out. I was like, "Oh, you about to get
Yeah.
robbed?"
But yeah, so speaking of TV, let's get into
Ooh,
yet again more James Gunn news. I know everyone's sick and
dude.
tired of hearing about it, but this dude is literally on the precipice of announcing the entire DC slate. So there's rumors, there are things that happen. This one kind of hurts me because I love both of these shows. But Titans and Doom Patrol
Yeah,
are canceled and done after this next season. Is
man.
there a statement or for the current seasons? Here's a statement from HBO Max. While these will be the final seasons of Titans and Doom Patrol, we are very proud of these series and excited for fans to see their climactic endings. We are grateful to Berlanti Productions and Warner Brothers Television for making such thrilling, action-packed, heartfelt series. We thank Titan showrunner Greg Walker, all the producers, all that stuff like that, and the team at Weed Road Productions for Doom Patrol. We celebrate showrunner Jeremy Carver and all their people. For
Yeah.
4 seasons, fans have fallen in love with the Titans and Doom Patrol, invested in their trials and tribulations, and in their legendary battles, saving the world time and time again. Give me 2 seconds
Yeah.
while you talk about that.
Yeah, man. Doom and DC, there are Titans. They they were such a. I don't want to say they're an iconic show, but it was a. I felt like the fans really came together to push that content out. There was a lot of fan made Batman videos on YouTube circling for a long time. There was a couple YouTube channels where they would do uh, Wolverine versus the Predator, and I feel like that culture or those videos really push for Titans to be made because
Yeah.
they did a couple of I think Batman versus somebody or Nightwing versus somebody that just had people thinking we could do this ourselves, and I think it was organically and beautifully done where it came from the culture and then they put their stamp on it. I don't think it was the greatest cinematic wise. Like I don't think it or not cinema, but like TV wise, I think they could have done a
Mm-hmm.
little more. But I kind of like that it looked like somebody with a couple mil was doing a YouTube video. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I kind of
Yep.
enjoyed that. Doom, I heard a lot of ranting and raving about it, but I never really watched Doom, to be honest with you. I
Doom
do know that
Patrol.
yeah, I knew that they had a following, but I just never really got hooked. You know what I mean? Saw a couple clips here
Yeah.
and there, and it didn't do really anything for me. Now taking that away, I am going to be very disappointed if James Gunn doesn't do anything for those people who fell in love with Titans and Doom Patrol because if you're just going to be making movies, you're going to lose a lot of people because some people don't want to wait 2 years to follow something. Some people love getting home from work, taking their shoes off, cracking open a beer or whatever, and watching their favorite episode. And I feel like he's really just dissecting DC instead of like coming up going, how can we? I don't know. I don't want to say too much because I don't know his whole game plan. Now,
Yeah.
and like you said, he's going to be announcing some stuff pretty soon, but he needs to get it moving, dude, because
Yeah. He said January. He has 4 days, right? So in the next 4 days, we'll hear more. Talk about it next
yeah,
week when it comes out inevitably.
for
Uh,
sure.
here, okay. So to James Gunn and what we think he's doing versus what he's not doing. Somebody put on Twitter with Doom Patrol and Titans officially ending due to the new direction of James Gunn and Safran. All the fans can say is good luck. It's a mighty big hill you have to climb to win the majority of fans over who enjoyed the shows and movies. I'll be waiting. And then James Gunn replied, the decision to end the series precedes us, which means it wasn't them. But I certainly wish for the best for the talented group of creators, actors, and the rest of the crew that produced both shows. So he's saying it precedes him, that it was canceled before he even came in. Um, I don't know.
I doubt
I don't
that,
want.
man.
I just don't understand why, because those two shows actually were decently talked about and decently liked.
Yeah,
Not to mention that if James Gunn really cared about those shows, he probably would have fought for them.
fought for him. Yeah,
So the next person commented and said, right, but if you are now in charge, presumably you could have worked Doom Patrol at least into the new direction you are going. One of the most interesting, well done shows from DC ever.
yeah,
Gunn replied, that's not how TV works. And then the guy said, why not? And he said, because we produce TV shows. We don't program streamers or networks. We can't snap our fingers and make any show run indefinitely. I think James Gunn forgot who he was working for because Warner
yeah,
Brothers owns HBO Max. So
yeah.
yes,
I was just
actually
gonna
you
say,
could do that.
there's especially with the backing that they have, HBO could have easily moved it to a different platform. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or put some money behind it.
And what does this mean for Peacemaker and Harley Quinn, right? Like, they're not getting canceled, but Doom Patrol and Titans are.
Yeah, I think it's because you have those lockdowns of the big name actors. You know what I mean?
It's because they're his characters. Peacemaker
True.
is a James Gunn character, not like
True.
literally, but movie wise. And Harley Quinn's involved definitely because of Suicide Squad with James Gunn.
Yeah.
And his plans. It's just James Gunn's having a weird tough time just owning up to like, hey, I want a clean slate except for the movie I did. Like, there's nothing wrong with saying that. It's just I don't want to hear something new every week that contradicts what you're saying on Twitter. Like, either you're a bad liar or you genuinely like don't have as much control as I thought you were going to. Like, one of the two are happening. I don't know which one it is. We'll find out in a couple days. But to touch on the James Gunn thing, being active on Twitter, somebody said, please do not encourage Guardians of the Galaxy cast to follow you to the DCU. Find fresh actors that can craft brilliant characters and forge new memories for the audiences instead of swimming in the same muddy pond. I know I'm not alone in feeling this way. Rebirth, not reused, please. James Gunn said, we have hundreds of roles to cast, as I've always done. Some will be brand new faces. Some will be actors I worked with before, and some will be actors that who I have not worked with before. What matters most is the actors fits the roles, and they're easy to work with. That's a good answer from James Gunn. It just seems like Batista's coming. In my opinion.
And I don't have no problem with Batista. I think he's a great. I like him. I like him on screen. I like his acting. I have no problem. He's not my favorite actor. You know what I mean? And I do understand why he's leaving Guardians because of the whole. Hey, I don't want to be just casted as like with my shirt off all the time. I understand that. Come on, man. It's not like you're Brad Pitt, dude. You know what I mean? Like. It's like The Rock. It's like, hey, I'm drafting the Rock. I want The Rock to be in my movie because of his soft hands. You know what I mean? Like, no, we want the big tough dude with muscles. Like, I don't know. I don't want to see Guardians DC version. You know what I mean? I don't want to see. I don't think you're going to get everybody. I do know Batista is going to follow him, but let's just hope in 4 days this dude's probably having no sleep right now. You know what I'm saying?
It's gotta be a hell of a slate,
dude. A hell of a slate. So,
and what's is anything going on in the next 4 days, or are you just gonna throw these on Twitter? Like, what's the plan here? This is
in 4 days.
This isn't like some small thing. This is the future of an entire, for lack of a better word, a massive conglomerate company that can become as big as Marvel with these movies. And you're just gonna announce them on your own, like. Not at a Comic-Con, not like a DC event. You're just gonna announce them. Or is there at least a Warner Brothers event? Like, is there anything, or is he just gonna?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's gonna start
on Twitter.
Maybe he's gonna just get rid of what's the 30th. You know what I'm saying? Because it comes out in 4 more days. He's just gonna get rid of the 30th, and it's just James Gunn's gonna come up with his own version of the 30th.
Yeah, the 32nd is gonna be his day.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But okay, so I got a question for you. So 2 things. Are kind of going to one, but this year Marvel looks like they have their foundation. They have their step 1, step 2, what they're doing with King the Conqueror. They have everything set up. Are with all the movies coming out for Marvel, and I know we have
or in general
this year and in the next year, right?
Okay, it's only 3 this year, so it's not a lot.
There's not a lot. And James
But
Gunn,
the next few years, yes.
there's no way he's going to be able to drop movies this year
No.
unless he has something in the can. You know what I
No.
mean?
Yeah.
But do you think that they have a chance to catch up to the Marvel or the superhero lunch ticket, the ticket for, or do you think the Marvel hype is going to die down, or the not Marvel, but the comic book hype is going to die down enough where it's not going to matter?
Marvel hype, really.
Yeah, let's say I call it the Marvel hype.
So,
yeah, for sure. Do you get what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have okay. So as much as the comic book thing is quote unquote the thing, I think what the real thing is continuity through a franchise for a long period of time.
For sure.
I don't think that people are coming back to these Marvel films because they're comic book movies, especially the average person, because they're not comic book fans.
Yeah.
They're coming back because there's continuity behind these stories and because these things all lead up to something continuously. So the wave of continuity will they need to miss out on or not miss out on, right? When you look at like things like Avatar, they're jumping on the continuity wave. Hey, let's start making 6 more films now. You look at heck, even like Puss in Boots or Shrek. If a year from now there's a new Shrek or a new like Pinocchio film based on Shrek or a new Puss in Boots, it's because they're in the continuity game. They want to keep that IP going for a long time.
Yeah, for sure.
Into the Spider-Verse, I know it's comic books, but still continuity. Do I think DC or James Gunn will catch up to Marvel? I don't. How do I put this? Yes, I think they can. I don't think they should even imitate anything whatsoever Marvel's done outside of the continuity and team ups. What I mean by that is that Marvel catered to a very specific crowd at the right time. The 10-year buildup for Thanos was kids / teens that were in the comic books growing up and getting more mature to where we're at now, to where we can get things like Multiverse of Madness, which is a horror film, quote unquote. We can get things like Loki, which is a TV drama, WandaVision, which is a TV thriller drama. So, I mean, we can get those things now because 10 years ago, I was 15 and now I'm 25. So they did a good job getting me for life. As long as they're able to continue that ramp up and drive up, they'll keep hooking me. I don't want DC to start that way. I want them to get straight into the dark, gritty DC that I know and love. I want them to use to their advantage that they've always had the more quote unquote mature audience.
True.
They don't, as much as kids do read their books or their comic books. Let's be honest, like it's definitely the PG-13 to our crowd that's reading those comic books in the first place and getting what they want out of it. The very essence of the Joker is more maniacal and more rated R than Thanos ever has been up until the last couple of years. So I don't want them to mimic anything Marvel's done. I want them to catch up, and I think they will. I just think they have an opportunity to hit a specific audience without a 10-year buildup because people that want to see DC's best are now my age and mature enough to just see DC's best now. I don't think they'll miss the wave. As long as you got Batman, which is the biggest IP that there probably is, you can make this go on for hundreds of years just off Batman alone. They'll catch up. Do I think it'll be good? We'll see. Do I have faith in James Gunn? 50-50 right now. But yeah, that's where I stand with that.
For sure. It's and I definitely agree with that guy. With that being said, I do think Marvel or Disney, or I think they were right place, right time for everything. The fact that DC kind of was like struggling, the fact that Marvel was able to use a streaming service to make their story even more in depth by using Loki, using WandaVision, instead of having to put out this movie, you know what I mean? And then it just being the movie. I loved how they were like, oh, you want to know what's happening to Thor, or not Thor, to Loki when he's not on screen. Da 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 da. And I think they killed it. I just don't know how. Like to me, this is me being a Batman fan. I don't want to go watch another Batman origin. You know what I mean? Like I
I
don't
don't
want
think Gunn will do
another.
that. Yeah.
I don't want to see another Superman origin. I don't want to go see another. I don't want to see these origins again. You know what I mean? I want it to get. You know what I'm saying? I want them to just. I want to watch. I want James Gunn to go. Justice League comes out the January 1st, 2025. I want it
Yeah.
to be. You know what I mean? I want to get into it and like, let's go. You know what I mean?
I
And
think. I think Gunn sees what Matt Reeves did with Batman, and how it's a year two movie where it's young enough to grow into it still, but
yeah,
not an origin film. I think he sees that and knows, hey, this is a good
good
this is a
idea.
good starting point. We can not, except for like the characters we've seen before with Origins, Superman, Wonder
Yeah,
Woman,
for sure.
Aquaman, more or less, Batman. We don't need the Origins anymore. The new guys that you want to see, Blue Beetle,
Yeah. I,
Lobo, Zatanna. Um, I'm thinking of one more that I forgot top of my head. I don't know who. I'm trying to remember. But anyways, Green Lantern, like we can show their origin films because we haven't seen them enough yet. Plus,
mm,
they can tie into the others. Um, do I want a Justice League film at the gate? No, I personally don't. Um, because then there's no build up to, if the JL come together for the first film, your
mm,
big build up to the world ending crisis is gone because they've already teamed up. They already felt
yeah.
the need to team up for this small time villain or whatever it's going to be.
Mm,
It doesn't make it as drastic, in my opinion, right? Like when you're looking at like the Avengers films, for example, they are world destroying things that got built up into these culminations of others. Except for the first Avengers film, because that was like the origin stories, then getting into the first Avengers
yeah,
film.
yeah, yeah.
Like Ultron wasn't like between Avengers 1 and then Age of Ultron, there was like a gap of them doing their own thing,
Yeah.
uh, that built up to them eventually having to, deal with Ultron. Um, I don't want just like a JL movie out the gate. I think it'd be cool, maybe like a like Batman, Superman team up in the beginning. Maybe like a Wonder Woman, Aquaman thing.
Yeah.
Maybe like a Flash and that Superman thing. I don't know, but just not an origin story is all I care about. And to me, make the payoff for it that when we get to the next 5 years. Um,
Yeah.
so
It's definitely going to be an interesting way of doing it because you it's like, dude, can you bring in Dark Side again? You know what I mean? Like
gonna have to.
you're gonna have to. There's gonna be something that they're gonna have to do that's gonna be like, oh, I gotta see that. And when
Yeah,
someone goes, oh, Dark Side's in it again, and it's like again, you know what I mean? Like, imagine if they just rebooted Thanos right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes all the lore out of like the hype, the scary Thanos guys. Which the second one, you know what I mean? It kind of,
yeah. Well,
you
they
know,
got they got other people they can work from, right? They got um, Brainiac. Like they got other places to pull from.
yeah, they definitely do. So let's see what he does.
Yeah, I'm excited. Comic book films. Let's get into Angela Bassett. Man, I don't know if you saw this, but Oscar nominations have come out.
Hmm.
Angela Bassett for her role in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. She has been nominated for Best Supporting Actress. It is the very first time any actor has been nominated for a comic book film for any role whatsoever. Shout out
Wow.
Angela Bassett. She
Shout out.
absolutely, and you'll see this in 5 days when it comes out on Disney Plus. Anytime she was on screen, she stole the screen away. Her performance is incredible. Her emotion behind her loss is incredible. It's well deserved. But I think she'll win. Don't know,
Who's she
but
going up against? Who's she going up against?
let's see. Uh, I don't have it here. Let me pull it up real quick. Um, Oscar
It's all good.
nominations.
It's not a it's I don't think they're gonna give it to her. I think she deserves it. I don't think they're gonna give it to her because of I just don't think they're gonna give it to a Marvel movie, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
So her people that she's going against is, I mean, it's Hong Chow from The Whale, Carrie
Mm,
Condon from The Banshees of Inisherin. That's a good movie, and I could see Carrie Condon winning.
for
Jamie
sure.
Lee Curtis from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Again,
Yeah,
really good
really good
movie,
movie.
and it's
Really
Jamie
good
Lee
movie.
Curtis. They might just give it to her. Stephanie Sue from Everything Everywhere All at Once as well.
I
So
can see her
it's not
definitely getting it.
going to be easy to win. The thing is,
No,
it's Angela Bassett. Like the
D-
name Angela Bassett is just as
that's
big
it.
as Jamie Lee Curtis is.
Yeah,
So if they want to give it to a prominent actress, they'll give it. I think the big news here is that a freaking Marvel film actress got nominated for Best Actress in Supporting Role. That's
yeah,
a
dude.
step in the right
That's
direction for me.
oh, put some respect on her.
And it kind of opened the door um, to, well, that uh, Avatar and Top Gun. They opened the door for what Spielberg has said. I don't know if you've seen this or not,
No, I didn't see
uh,
this.
but Spielberg has come out saying that he believes 2008 Batman movie, The Dark Knight, would have definitely netted Best Picture, not just like nominated, would have netted, like would have. Oh
Yeah,
no,
would have taken it home.
would
Yeah.
have been nominated if it released today. He said, "I'm really encouraged by it. It came late." This is Spielberg. It came late for the film that should have been nominated a number of years ago. Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. The movie would have definitely garnered a Best Picture nomination today. So having these two blockbusters, Avatar and Top Gun, presented on the top 10 list is something we should all be celebrating. His thing was they're not indies films, they're not small time films, these are blockbuster movies, and
Yeah.
they're getting notoriety now at the Oscars. I think Avatar has a strong chance of winning Best Picture, if not like The Fablemans or Everywhere All at Once. But yeah, man, do you Steven, my man, do you actually think it would be nominated for Best Picture, The Dark Knight, in this day and age, like today?
No, not with Avatar. After seeing Avatar, I think the Avatar would slightly take it out. At
But
the
would it be
time,
nominated though? Like would it be like on
oh
the
yeah,
list?
I think it would be nominated. I think it would be nominated. Dark Knight, yeah. I think they're rewatching that movie. I want to say I watched it probably about 2 months ago, and it's still probably one of my favorite movies. Um, Police hide. Um, it is probably one of my favorite movies. I do think that movie gets a lot more hype because of the Joker,
Mm-hmm.
and because how Heath Ledger was iconic in that movie, and just the hype of that movie. But I do think it's a beautiful movie. It is the action scenes. It's an amazing movie. I do think it would get nominated, but anything coming out last year, no, it's not stopping the Avatar. I think Avatar gets it.
Yeah. So I actually don't know if Avatar's going to win it. Between Fableman's, Tar, um, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Top Gun Maverick, those are going to be tough ones to beat out. Avatar is good, really good. Top Gun's really good. Banshees got nominated. I don't think it'll win, but it's really good. From what I heard, Tar is really good. I haven't seen it yet. And
Mhm.
Fablemans is a Spielberg classic, pretty much about his childhood. So I could see them give it to Spielberg as well. Do
Yeah,
I
for just
think?
because of that, I could see them giving it to Spielberg because
Yeah,
of that.
that's a good movie too.
Yeah,
Do I think Dark Knight would be nominated this year?
I
Probably.
could see it. I
Probably.
could see
This
it
year
this year.
wasn't a very great year. I think box office numbers were like 20% down, which, by
Hmm.
the way, like supports my thing about Avatar making billions still, despite that. Box office numbers like 20% down, but I think it also what the studios are noticing is that they put out 20% less films on the big
Yeah,
screen this year, and it kind of showed in the box office numbers. Next year is already a huge slate of films, so it's already going to be better than last year.
yeah, for
Which
sure,
was your point the last couple weeks was there was not much that came out last year.
for sure.
So do I think it could win Best Picture this year or be nominated? Yeah. Is it the most competitive year in the world?
No,
Nah, not really.
no.
Do I think it could possibly steal the win from Avatar or from the Fablemans, or Tar? I haven't seen Tar, so I can't say for sure.
Hmm.
Uh, nah, probably not. Do I think there'll ever be a Best Picture nomination for any comic book based film, no. I think No Way Home had the best chance of getting one, and they just shut it down the same week that we said it should be nominated, and
Yeah.
gave them some little dinky prize instead. Uh, to me, the impact, and this is going to sound crazy to some of y'all, but fight me about it. I'll die on this hill. No Way Home was just as good as The Dark Knight, if not better. Um, Plot line, story wise, emotional draw, villains, like everything about it screams cinematic event, the same way The Dark
Mm-hmm.
Knight did. Not a comic book event, a cinematic experience. Um, so if that didn't get nominated, it's hard for me to believe Dark Knight would. However, Heath Ledger's performance in The Dark Knight alone could have carried them into a nomination for sure for Best Picture.
Definitely. I definitely agree with that.
Cool. So that's all I got for the news. I have a mini game, but do you have anything you want to talk about before we get to the mini game?
No, man, there really wasn't too much I had on my plate. For news wise, like I said, this week was kind of a hard one for me because of of just the way work went. I just didn't have enough chance to get on, even play some games or watch some TV. To be honest with you, but yeah, that's all I had. So what you got? What you got?
All right. Well, guys, this is going to be a new segment we're going to do, I think, every week. I'm pretty sure me and Esteban here are on board with doing this. We're going to do a mini game of the week.
Yeah, man, and
last week-
we're also gonna
what?
try to we're just gonna also try to throw some more things in. I know we do talk about news and we kind of rant and rave a little bit. It's just what we're into. But we are trying to get this a little up, the comedy up, us making fun of some things and just having some fun. So we might be putting this at the end, putting it at the front. We're just kind of messing around with it, see what it looks like.
Yeah,
But
so this mini game is going to be called This or That. Last week we did a mini game called Draft It. Last week we drafted.
And you won. You won.
I won. I mean,
Yeah.
just like the Eagles game, it wasn't really that close. But last week we drafted Super Bowl snacks / foods. The draft game, that's going to be a prominent one we're going to do every couple weeks or so. So we'll
Definitely.
keep doing that. But this one's called This or That. I'm going to give a scenario between this or that. So you pick one or the other. You explain your reasoning. You give me your answer. I want a good reason. I'm going to press hard.
Gotcha.
Hard
All right.
hitting question. I'm going to dive deep into the reasoning for it. I'll answer it myself. You can ask me questions about it if you want to. But here is question number one. We're going to get
Let's
into a pretty easy question, in my opinion.
Yeah.
First one is, would you rather eat all of your food standing up and it's hot and perfect, like a perfect, not taste per se, but perfect temperature? You're
And
standing
how it
up.
should be cooked. Okay.
How it should be cooked. Or would you rather eat sitting down, but all your food is cold?
Oh, that so I don't think this is an easy one. I think this is a lot harder than you think, my man. I'm gonna have to say, do I have to hold my drink too? Like, or can I put my drink down? Like,
I didn't specify if there's a table or not either way.
oh, so you're talking about if it's a bar style table, or can I put my plate down? And
I'm talking about no matter where you're at, what you're doing, you're standing up eating food. However you eat it, you're standing up. Versus if you're eating food somewhere, like it's the same thing. If you're eating food somewhere else, you're sitting down either way.
I would
this
have
is only inclusive of the food. The drink, do whatever you want to do with the drink.
Okay, I'm gonna have to say standing up. I'm gonna have to say standing up because I don't want to eat a cold like number 6 from Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I also don't want to have a steak that's cold. I hate the way steaks taste when they're cold. I don't want a cold pizza. Cold pizza's good, but I don't want. Yeah, I'd have to stand up, dude. To be honest, I would put. I'm putting it down on standing up.
Cool.
And if you're in here, if you're in the chat, Facebook, Instagram, or Facebook, Twitch, soon to be YouTube, and you disagree, write in the comments. So
tell us why.
Yeah.
What's yours? This was a no-brainer in my opinion, dude. Give me the hot food, man. Like,
yeah, there you go.
I'm standing up when I can sit down after I eat. I don't gotta sit while I eat the whole time. The only time where it becomes a problem is when like I'm on like a hike or an extraneous activity. I gotta get a little snack in. I can't sit on the rock. I have to like sit there and like nibble on my granola bar or something.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can see the inconvenience of it, but that is a lot better than me sitting down and eating cold ramen. Like,
Oh,
I had cold ramen at Disney World, and
yeah.
it wasn't pleasant. And that experience alone,
Yeah.
this was a no-brainer for me. I'm eating food standing up, and I'm eating hot food,
Yeah, I
piping
can feel
hot
that one.
food, perfect temperature the whole time I eat it, and I'll burn calories while I eat because I'm standing up. That's an easy one for
Gotcha.
me.
Okay.
So next one, I'm gonna go in a random order here.
Go for it, man.
Next one is: would you rather have talking pets or talking babies, and why?
That's hard. Dude, that's a really good one. I'm gonna have to say talking pets. I think but dude, that'd be so crazy going into like a pet store, you know what I mean? And all these cats and dogs just like
So I'll give you like the scenario that I see in my head. All right,
yeah, let me see what you
I'm
got.
thinking of um Pets, the movie
Yeah.
Pets, like those how they talk. I'm
Oh
thinking like
yeah.
that kind of talking, and I'm thinking of the baby talking. I'm thinking of Have you seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah. Oh
The
yeah.
one smoking like a
You know,
cigar the
smoking a
whole time.
doobie or yeah,
Yeah,
cigar.
I'm thinking those are like what I'm like talking
Yeah.
pets, talking baby. That's how I think they'll both act. So with that scenario, those scenarios in there, a little bit more clarity on what I'm
I'm gonna
thinking
have to
here.
say talking pets. I'm gonna say
Talking
talking
pets
pets.
and why?
Talking pets. Talking pets because it's like it's like a homie, you know what I mean? Like you're hanging out on the couch with your friend watching the game and you be like, yo, what's up? And he's talking to you. Talking babies, it just feel like because does the baby allowed to talk right as the stork drops it? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it as
Yeah,
soon as you receive that baby, the baby's like,
you
yo,
can. The
what's
baby
up?
cries for the first time,
And
and
just
then after that, they're talking.
that's a hard one, dude. I'm gonna say nah. I'm going back to talking pets. I'll take the
Talking
talking pets.
pets.
Yeah,
So
you just
what
don't
about
have any
talking
pets.
babies is it that
That's
like you
freakishly
don't want
weird,
to
man.
hear?
I don't know. To me, it sounds like I think of Chucky. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know why in my head I think little baby, little like run around creeper kid
Yeah,
thing. You know what I mean?
I
So
think the
that's
funny
that's what.
part about the baby talking is like they can't do anything else. If they sit in there crying, they can't like get up and walk. They're just like, "Yo, man, pick me up." You know what I
Or
mean?
they're just like, hey,
Yeah,
hey, you
yeah,
know what I mean? I can
exactly.
see that. That's pretty funny.
So like the fact that they can talk and do nothing else is in my mind. Like just think about everything they do now,
Okay,
like a baby, but they don't do it. They do that still, but they're just talking while they do it. Like
okay,
that's
okay.
funny.
Let me add just a little bit more to this. Now, would you rather hear your pets talk or you hear babies talk? So nobody else can hear it
Yeah, I
but
just
you.
understand. Like I just understand it.
You understand baby talk and you can understand your animals talking, but you're
It's
the only one.
it's kind of go hand in hand. So let me answer the first question first, and then I'll answer yours. Like, to me, it's the same answer, but I'll explain
Okay.
different reasonings why.
Okay.
As someone who has a newborn, 2 or 3 months old, going on 3 months now, whew, time flies.
Damn, it
Uh,
sure does.
and who has a dog here every day. You saw him come in the door right now. I want the talking baby because half the time my newborn's crying as a new father. I don't know why he's crying. I'm trying to figure it out with him.
True. True.
At least he can tell me like, "Yo, my foot hurts," or "Yo, I'm hungry," or "Yo, my gums hurt." Like
Okay.
it just solves all my problems right now. I can
Yeah,
talk to him
that's
like
true.
a
That
normal
is true.
person, talk to him back. Like it's like, "Yo, man, we're chilling, hang out. What you want
Yo,
to watch?"
relax. We're
"Oh, I
coming.
want to watch this." "Okay, cool, let's watch." Like it just like makes things easier in my opinion.
Yeah.
My dog, Buddy the Pug, love my pug, had him for years.
Yeah.
I love him to
For
death.
sure.
He is the most annoying dog without talking. So I
Yeah.
can only imagine him talk. He's the kind of one that would go, "I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry."
Yeah,
And
I can definitely see Buddy doing
he
that.
just ate 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So
This
I'm
is
not
it.
trying to hear my dog talk. Other dogs, I met some cool dogs like your dog Dub.
Yeah.
I'll be
R.I.P.
sick
Dub.
to yeah,
Yeah.
I love talking to Dub at some point in time. Uh
Yeah.
but because I have this dog at home 24/7, I don't want to hear a peep at him from what I'm already hearing. So
Yeah.
and then to answer your question about like
You're
what
the
I
only
can
person
hear,
who can.
yeah,
No one's
probably
gonna
the
believe you. No one's gonna believe you
yeah,
though.
yeah. Uh, Probably babies still. And the reason why is because
Yeah, and Callie. Uh-huh.
it's a little more manageable to like uh okay, so I'm under the impression that I don't got to speak for these babies or for these pets. I just can hear them, right?
Yeah.
So if I hear my dog again being annoying, I can't get that out of my head or stop it. Um, and if I tell my wife or someone else, "Yo, my dog's shipping right now. Uh, he wants food he just ate." It's like, how do you know that, right? Every other dog is I can hear every other dog, but it's not my concern, right? I can ignore
Yeah.
them. They can walk by. When it comes to my baby,
Yeah.
I can at least have an excuse as to how I know it's what they want. Oh, he's hungry right now. How do you know? I can tell him by him licking his lips.
Yeah.
Oh, he needs to change. How can you tell? I have hypersensitive no, like I can just smell it. So
Okay,
there's
so like
it doesn't sound as crazy when you're able to like
yeah, I
narrow
feel
it
you.
down to just like my baby, my dog.
Mhm.
I understand both of them, but all the other babies crying can kick rocks. I'm not going to speak for them. They can figure it out on their own with their own parents.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's where I'm at with that specific one.
Yeah, that's a tricky one because it's like, what happens if you go to the store and you can hear a baby going, like, my mom's beating my ass. You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't
Like,
even think about that.
you know what I mean?
Like,
Or
help me.
yeah, like this lady's milk tastes like shit. You know what I mean? Or you're walking your dog and you just hear all these other dogs going, like, my food sucks. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And they're just screaming, like, get me out of here. You know what I
Or
mean?
when the dogs talk to each other, like they bark at each other. What's good,
Yeah,
blood? What's good, blood? What's good?
yeah.
And
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
or you're walking your dog and another dog with the ladies walking by, and the dog's like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, you're gonna be like, "Yo, what's up, dog?" You know what I mean?
yeah. You got
Like,
something to say?
it's,
What's good?
you got something to say? Yeah. And sorry for the cousin, but it's like, you know, there's gonna be some dogs out there. You know what I'm saying? Be like,
On some
"Yo,
shit.
on some shit." You know what I mean?
Every pit bull in the world will be start talking to you, just mad
Just
disrespectful.
like, "What's up, dog? What you got on my 40, homie?" You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
exactly. Yeah, that's a good one though. That's a really good one.
All right, so we'll go to the next one, which is: would you rather fight a shark in the ocean or a bear in the wilderness, and why?
I want to hear yours first.
You want to hear mine first?
Yeah, I want to hear yours first because I have mine laid out.
Yeah. Hmm. I'd probably take a bear in the wilderness, to be honest with you. Um,
We're on the
my
same boat.
body, I mean, everyone's body just naturally moves slower in water, right? So I'm thinking
Yeah.
I can uppercut this thing. I'm going this slow while I'm throwing my punch,
Yes.
right? So like, and the shark's just like,
Right, Brian? Could beat that shit.
so I'm taking the bear for two reasons. One, I've seen plenty of bear videos where the guys ran away from them unharmed.
Yeah.
I almost every shark encounter ends with a limb that's gone or the person's gone. There's no in between.
Dude, that's
And
what I'm saying.
with a bear, I can get deep scratches in my chest or my back, and I can stitch them up, and I'm good still. A shark is one shark has to let go of you. People that get their arm taken or leg taken is because the shark lets you live. It's not
Yeah.
because you fought them back. And two, even if the other part of this is if I'm on land and the bear just like whoops my ass, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I'm still on land breathing normal oxygen air. I'm not having to fight anymore to like get back up to the surface. If a shark takes me and drags me back down, and I have one arm missing for the very first time in my life. I have to like paddle back up.
Yeah, dude.
I'm probably not going to make it because of that reason. So I have more of a chance fighting a bear in the wilderness. Therefore, I'm taking that. But if I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet myself either one of these situations. I'd lose either way.
I feel like I'm gonna die regardless, but I feel like I have more of a chance with the bear because I can breathe. I know my cardio is not good right now, but I feel like if I was on cardio game, I could breathe. But if I'm in the best shape of my life and I'm swimming, you know what I mean, in the ocean, and he just
Mm-hmm.
like, let me pull you down for a good 6 minutes.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap, dog. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
there doesn't need to be a Jaws 2, 3, and 4. It's over. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, wrap it up. I'm done. You know, with the
Right.
bear, he scratches your back and he's just like, it's not worth it. I could get up and be like, I'm not gonna lie, and be crying, blood everywhere. Oh my god, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But I could still run away. But yeah, I'm going bear.
Follow up
Bear all
question
day.
that's not on this list here, but I'm going to throw it out there because we're talking about bears. If you were a betting man and you had $1 million to bet on one of these animals, are you betting on a grizzly bear or a silverback gorilla when they fight each other?
Ooh. We're going grizzly bear, silverback gorilla.
Yeah. I'm not talking like in their element. They're both in the desert. Like they're just got to fight each other to the death. And you're like, if I got $1 million left of my entire life, if I spend this last $1 million, I'm not going to be able to live comfortably, but I'm going to bet on one of these animals.
So in the comments, we have somebody right now saying they're putting their money on gorilla. I am going to be putting my money on the grizzly bear because I feel like the grizzly bear is a lot bigger, a lot heavier, and they have claws on all four. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
who has a stronger jaw? A stronger jaw? Yeah, the grizzly bear.
Probably about as equal.
Nah, not even close. Run that number, dog. Run them stats.
Listen.
Run them stats.
Do you know how fast a grizzly bear is?
Brian. I mean,
or I'm sorry, a gorilla is? Okay, first off, a silverback gorilla is benching 500 pounds minimum. Their chest is massive. They got thumbs. So they grip around that fool. And they just go into town. They're faster than the bear. They are physically probably more stronger than the bear. And they're smarter than the bear. In what category is the bear going to win at?
So, as weird as it sounds, I'm looking up stats right here, right? I typed in silverback gorilla, bear stats, right? Is all I'm going to. It is the number one thing search when you type in who will win. And there's Joe Rogan has a video with 4.2 million views on the clip. There are 3 videos here with 3.1 million. JRE clip 4.2. So this is an actual topic. Like this is a topic. And what it says here, it says on facts, it says most bears could beat a gorilla in a fight since bears are usually much larger than a gorilla with the offense of their sharper claws, their teeth. However, if it's a black bear, I guess the silverback gorilla wins. You know what I'm saying? But big old grizzly bear, I say he snaps him in half, dog. Death Battle did a video on who wins.
They have a crazy breakdown here.
Dude, the average dude. I put money down on Pooh Bear. Pooh Bear wins every time. Winnie the Pooh destroys him.
Listen, man, give me Turk. All right, give me Turk any of the week. I'm taking a silverback gorilla. I don't care about the thing people miss when they talk about a silverback gorilla.
No,
because the grizzly bear is large, right? I mean, they're probably double the length at least.
Yeah.
Muscle wise, they're probably I would say they're about the same strength. I know people probably will dispute that or whatever. Kick rocks, I don't care. But the mental battle, my boy, the mental top.
Oh my god.
He figures out one weakness and he's latching onto it and he's whooping that ass. The same reason why a human could beat a grizzly bear is the same reason why a silverback gorilla could beat a grizzly bear as well.
No way.
Adapt, overcome. What does McGregor say? Speed beats power. Precision beats speed. Jose Aldo get knocked out. I remember that.
Oh my god. So the average weight of it says a gorilla, a silverback gorilla, that's what I typed in, is, let me see if I can find it, 400 to 450. Some can range up to 500. All right. So let's type in the weight of a grizzly bear. Let's see what that says.
Probably about 600, 700 pounds. Heavy as shit.
No, dog. I'm thinking close to 900.
Nah.
Okay, so it says the average female is 441, 500 pounds on average for a female. Okay, so let's see.
600 pounds for a male. I'm looking right now.
For 600 pounds.
Yeah. It's not,
See now, if
not
it's
far
that
off.
fat grizzly bear that eats sandwiches when people throw it and he's just like waving all the time, and you know what I mean? That one, the gorilla beats his ass. You know what I mean? Like,
It's the average of
but
both.
if we're taking average, grizzly,
Like, it's like saying, oh, if it's Gorilla Grodd from the Flash, oh yeah, the gorilla would for sure. Yeah, of course. Like the average
Yeah.
grizzly bear versus the average silverback gorilla, not the biggest or fastest.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Did you see that? Ferguson and Conor McGregor might be the new UFC, that TV show they have. What's it called? Tough or whatever.
I've never seen this show.
Oh, it's pretty good. You got to get onto it. Oh yeah, and R.I.P. Harambe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. Gotta say every time we talk about gorillas.
Yeah.
All right. So next question, since you clearly lost that one.
Oh, no, give me that one. Hey,
no, that one's debatable, obviously.
all right, we're gonna talk about it in the comments.
So I have 3 more. I don't know how much time we have left. You want to do 2?
We can knock them out real quick. We'll keep it mindful. We have another about 10 minutes. So
all right, cool. So this first one's gonna be straightforward. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck?
I thought this was gonna go completely different direction. I thought you were gonna say 100 little kids, and I was already thinking I could fuck up like at least 50 like fourth graders. You know what I'm saying? I would say I'd rather fight 1 duck.
1 horse-sized duck?
No, I'm doing 100 little horses. The 100 little horses. Yeah, because I can just stomp. You know what I mean? And with the duck, their beak is like, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty good. Sure. But if you rear naked choke that duck, it's over. You know what I'm saying? But that neck has to be like, that neck has to, because a horse neck is like this, my guy. It's like a Saquon.
Horses don't got, they don't got no wings. The duck can just like, and now they have Kevin Durant wingspan, if not larger.
I don't know, bro. I think I can ice pick a duck. You know what I'm saying? I can take one leg out, snap it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, this isn't like you're not prepared. Like your job, same thing. Gorilla versus grizzly. Your job's in the middle of the desert. You're fighting 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck.
I'm looking at my cell phone, and then all of a sudden I look up, and there's just this massive duck.
Yeah, or 100 duck-sized horses.
Oh yeah, I'm taking 100 duck-sized horses. I'm stomping out all of them horses. I'm making boots after this, son. You know what I mean? Like horsehair for days. That's pretty good though.
Yeah, I mean, how powerful can a horse be at that size, right? I mean,
what size? What's the weight of a duck? An average duck. Look that up. Run them numbers, son.
Average size of a duck.
For a duck. Well, yeah, if it was a goose, that'd be a different story. 1 goose, that's like a dinosaur, bro.
So they range from 20 to 26 inches long and weigh from 1.6 to 3.5 pounds. So 100 of those. But they're horses, they're not ducks, they're horses. No beaks, there's no wings, just horses.
They're about the same size, same weight, everything?
Yeah, all 100 of them are the same.
Yeah, that sucks though, dude, because I do like horses. You know what I mean? To kill that many horses.
Sad.
Okay, adding to this, would you rather kill 100 horses that size every day, or every Friday have to fight 1 duck that big as the size of a horse?
Give me the duck.
The 1 duck?
So listen, I'm fighting the 1 duck every time.
Why would you fight a duck?
Okay. Well, so honestly, bro, a duck-sized horse doesn't scare me. All right. Now, a duck-sized horse with the strength of a duck, or with the strength of a horse, that could scare me.
Yeah.
But I've seen ducks, man. I picked one up. They're not very heavy. I mean, I get it. They get bigger. They get a little heavier. But like I take a wing out and the duck's toast, man. I slap on the beak one time and it's gone.
Yeah.
Now, this wasn't on the list, but I just thought about it right now because of what's going on. Would you rather fight a lion once a month or fight a chicken every time you get in your car?
Chicken every time I get in the car.
You fight the chicken?
Every time. I just throw that thing
every time. Chicken.
Yeah, dude, a lion, bro? A lion?
Once a month.
A lion once a month? No. Dude, the best shape I've ever been in my life.
What about a lion
I'm still not beating a lion.
What about a lion once a year versus a duck or versus a chicken every time you get in the car?
Do I get a weapon? Do I get like a club or something?
Uh,
Because how, dude? No,
a,
I've
a
never.
weapon like a staff. Nothing like you're not getting like spikes on the end of it. But you got a staff, sure. Why not?
No, and there, even then you lose, dude. You lose. There's nobody. Nobody in history has ever fought a lion with no weapon and killed it. You know, there's
Kill?
like killed a lion with their bare hands.
So you're okay with killing a chicken every time you get in the car?
Yeah, just snap his neck. Just
Dinner for the night.
Chicken. I open the car. Chicken. Grab. And roll the window down.
And man, chickens are elusive.
Yeah, Doug. I would snap a chicken and I would kill a chicken every time I got in the car.
I'm thinking the chicken too.
Yeah.
Okay. Last two are
All right.
not for the lighthearted. Okay.
Ooh.
And they could be seen as not funny. I think they're good brain picking questions. The next one: would you lose both your legs, both your arms, or one of each?
Do I get to pick?
Yeah, pick one of those three. You can lose both your legs, both your arms, or one of each. And the one that you lose, if you lose one of each, is at random. You just roll dice.
Oh, that would suck, dude. Because I have a bad knee, and what happens if they give me my bad knee and then they give me my left hand? I'm screwed.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do anything. I guess. I would rather. Like, so I get to choose both legs and like they're gone, or do I have to?
No, you lose. You either lose both legs, lose both arms, or you lose one of each.
Oh, I'm losing one of each because if you have no arms, no legs, you're effed. You know what I mean? You're just and you're now an object. You're now a baby that can talk.
No, you don't lose all four. You lose only.
Yeah. Oh, then you take my legs. Take my legs. You know what I'm saying? By the time my legs are gone and I get all depressed, Elon Musk is going to be like, "Well, I'll be robotic anyways." You know what I'm saying?
No, there's no chance of getting them back. No chance.
Even if I lose my legs, I can still play Xbox. I can still. Right now, you can't even see my legs. But if I have no arms, how do I click the buttons? You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Bam. You know what I mean? That's not happening. Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
I'm losing my legs. I think. For those of you that are out there that actually lost your legs, I apologize. We're not trying to make it sound glorious, but I'm keeping my arms, man. I'm keeping my arms.
Where'd you lose your legs?
Not me. I'm saying if someone lost their legs.
It's a joke. Like,
but that's is your refrigerator running? Is the question.
Yeah.
Cool. Last question to wrap it up. We're coming up on an hour and 20 minutes here. So this one is the age-old. It's similar to like Hitler's baby. Would you kill him? Kind of a thing. This one is if there's a button in front of you, or not in front of you. If there's a button on your desk, always accessible, always. You push it, you get $1 million. But every time you push it, one random person dies in the world.
I put you like 7 times. At least just 7. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I'm done. My conscience is done. It's one action instead of messing up 7 times. You know, like when somebody has like 3 DUIs, it's like, dude, you had 3 separate. But if I just go like, and then just it's over.
So you're basically telling me,
yes,
that the human life is only worth $1 million?
No, $7 million.
No, that's 7 human lives.
Some of them, yeah. I would do it for 250.
You're telling me, OJ comes up to you today. I'll give you $1 million to take out this person right here. You're like, yeah, sure, OJ. Let me take him out.
Oh yeah, dude, I want to do that at least once. Like if I'm dying from cancer.
No. But you're doing it 7 times. You're not doing it one. You just said 7. You're not doing it one time. You're doing it 7.
I would do it 7 times easily.
You're doing 7 only?
So only.
I'm asking. Are you going to do 7 only? Or you keep going?
No. So I've heard this question before, and this one's it changes just a little bit. If the button every time you push it, the death got closer and closer to you. So like if I pushed it right now and somebody in Nigeria dies, oh God, I hope that doesn't happen. But if I pushed it and someone died in Nigeria, or I pushed it 7 times, a car crash and there were 7 people. Like if more and more times I pushed it, it got closer and closer to like where we live. That's a different story because
no, forget that. It's even worse if it's at random because it could be the person next to you at random.
Yeah, I'm still pushing it about 7.
At least when it's closer, like you'll know. Oh, hey, it's down the street now. I shouldn't push it anymore. if you're pushing it and you don't know if it's closer or not, and
True.
the person that you like, I mean, God forbid, like a kid that you love dies or something, like
Oh, that sucks.
you see what I mean here? Like at
I just
random
say
is worse than getting closer to you. You
so. What
don't
I do
know
is
who you're killing.
I put out an article in the newspaper saying hopefully you have your things together and you're right with the Lord, and then I just push the button, just you know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. I for a mil, it's not worth it to me. If it was 10 million per person, I don't know. What about you?
It
What
could
would you
be
do?
it could be a crisp $20 bill. I'll push that button all day long.
You are not
Uh,
pushing it for $20. There's no way you're pushing that for 20.
no, listen, this is the age-old question. You know, would you kill Hitler's baby? That kind of thing.
Yeah,
Okay. This is
it's a hard one. It definitely is a hard one.
the thing is, it's $1 million, right? Like, that's
Do I have to pay taxes on it?
the thing. Yeah, no, you get $1 million after
just-
taxes.
Yeah, I'm 7 times.
It's like honestly, like you have to like push it once, right? Like I have to at least push it one time. But I do also don't want someone's death on my conscience. The only thing is right is I wouldn't know who died. I would just know somebody died because of it. Does that make me a murderer?
Yeah, for sure it does.
$1 million.
I still feel like I can fall asleep like there's nothing wrong. You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's gonna hold me up. You know what I mean? Like I don't think
man.
I think I could feel comfortable pushing it about 5 to 10 times. After that is when I get a little like, ugh.
You're a
Took
sick
out-
man.
I just took out a basketball team. You know what I mean?
I want to say I wouldn't push it. I think I'd push it once just to like.
So you
You
did
have
it?
to push it once, man. Like you know what I mean. And then the thing about it is it's on your desk every single day. Like you look at, this thing doesn't go away. You just look. You have to look at it every time.
Is there other people with the button, or is it just me?
No, it's a fingerprint blood oath activated button. It only works for you. That kind of thing. But the button, it doesn't go away. It doesn't. Oh, I'm done with it now. Take it away. No, it's wherever you go. There's a button somewhere that will activate this thing, and you have to look at it every single. Like if you get in the car, turn your car on. It's like on your steering wheel kind of a thing.
I'm pretty sure then.
If you're at your
that's the
desk,
case-
it's by your keyboard. If you're at work, it's on your phone. Like there's a button always around you that's tempting you to push it.
I push it at least once a day.
You're sick, man. You're sick. We're gonna end it
No,
there because
no,
it's
I
getting
push
sticky.
it. I push it, and then I donate it to the children's hospital. Save lives. That's where I go with it, and I'm out.
I think the amount of lives you would save probably wouldn't equate to 365 in a year.
I pushed it one time. You know how many people are about to die right now?
Yeah, but I
I
don't
think,
think.
and I think this is a
I don't
movie
think-
coming out. Isn't there isn't there a movie coming out that kind of about this with Batista in it?
With
Where they're like,
Batista?
yeah, there's a movie coming out about this. Right, Brian's in the comments. He's just talked about this. There's a
Oh,
movie
Brian, he's in the comments.
Yeah, he's in the comments.
Yo, what's up with Josh Allen?
Different Brian.
Listen to Joey Burr.
No, he is a Joey B fan. I can tell you that. Different Brian though. No, there's a movie coming out. There's a different movie coming out where they go to this like cabin and they have to like push the button. It's called A Knock in a Cabin. That's what it is. It's coming out this year, and it's kind of on the same kind of topic. They have to push the button to kill, to have things happen, or they have it's just like this crazy plot. But I don't know, man. To be honest with you, for reals, I don't think I can push the button. It's
Yeah,
not
but
worth it
are
to
their
me.
lives in danger at the cabin? It's a little
Yeah,
different.
they're-
Your life, like your life isn't at stake if you push the button or not.
Yeah, no, for reals though, I don't think I can push a button. Nah, I make the joke, but when you push the button, I know it's for a reward to get a mill, but you're kind of playing God there, and I don't really get down with that. You know what I mean? Natural selection just let it run its course. You know, they kill the closest family member in the cabin or something like that.
But they probably have to for like their lives.
Yeah, it's something like that. Like they're
It's
forced
not
to.
like, it's not like we don't push it, we die. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they have to do it to save the world or some weird stuff. That
Not one of those
Sorry.
films. Cool. We'll wrap it up there. I probably wouldn't push it, but it's one of those things where it's like, how do you
fun to
not
mess
push
around
it
with
at
it,
least
though.
once? Cool. So wrapping it up, man. It's been a interesting week.
Yeah.
Hopefully this time next week I'm talking about Eagles going to the bowl, me buying a ticket, some other news with other things going on. Hopefully James Gunn news, right? With the DCEU.
Yeah, for sure.
Then I think if we do it next Thursday again, by then you'll probably watch Wakanda Forever because it'll be on Disney Plus.
Yeah, definitely will be.
Yeah, I'd recommend watching that before the next pod so we can talk about it finally in depth.
Yeah, for sure.
About how great Namor is. It's freaking amazing.
Yep.
Cool. We've been slightly unqualified in this podcast. Talked about good things, talked about bad things, talked about fun